into a recession. Hello everybody, Tom here from the Company Code. I hope you're all well today. Today I'm going to discuss the event that is happening unofficially. You know, people haven't come out and said it, but it's clear for anybody that has any sort of readings of the financial markets and has perhaps a little bit of a grumbling on anything financial, that England, the UK, is in a recession. Now, this is not meant as financial advice, so please, before I start, don't be taking my advice as some sort of financial advisor, because that's one thing I am definitely not. This is more sort of an explanation of how we got here, and also what we can do, which is very limited really. Okay, so how did we end up in this situation? Well, quite simply really, you've only got to look at it as a combination of a lot of bad things happening in the last couple of years. This is a combination, a perfect storm, if you will, of things that have happened. So first and foremost, no political sort of bias here, but Brexit, obviously the UK coming out of the European Common Market and being part of it has obviously led to a lot of higher costs within Europe, a lot of taxation from that group, which has really cost us. But it was something that our people wanted. We have to respect the decision on the vote to come out and adapt. And it was always going to be a period of adjustment coming out of something we've been in for so long. So with that, it's not really any surprise that there was financial repercussions, and now we are facing them. And that is just something we're going to have to face. Then, of course, the coronavirus pandemic. Alright, it was completely and utterly something that was out of the blue. Nobody saw it coming. Although I have my own opinion on that, but I'm not going to go into it. And 100%, you know, having lockdowns, having people off work, having people work from home, really did screw the economy in ways that perhaps we hadn't really thought of or considered. And we're paying for it now, nearly 2 years on since it happened, definitely. And, you know, on top of all of this, a lot of political unrest, which, you know, a lot of conspiracy, a lot of right-wing politics, and a lot of radical politics too. A lot of people jumping on the bandwagon has basically pushed the UK pound sterling to one of its lowest levels ever recorded. Now, this is not the time to panic. I'll be straight with you here, guys. Without revealing my age, I'm sure you've pretty much got a good idea anyway. I have lived through a couple of recessions now, and we've always come out of it. And we will come out of this in time. How long? I just don't have the answer, and I'm not here to lead you to think I do, alright? I'm no financial genius or advisor, but I will tell you this. We've always come out of a recession, and we will come out of this, alright? Now is not the time to panic. Please do whatever you feel you need to do, alright? We've already got a bit of a cost of living crisis in terms of energy bills, so we're already looking at ways to make our money go further, okay? For anybody going abroad, with the pound being so weak at the moment, the cost of getting currency for another country is going to be higher. And then for anybody looking to borrow at the moment, maybe that be a loan for a mortgage or what have you, banks are going to be reluctant. It's just a consequence of where we are, alright? We can't fight this. We just simply have to get through it whatever way we can, alright? And, you know, try and find ways to make our money go longer, get more bang for your buck, if you like. it is just circumstances kind of beyond our control. And while there are a lot of people who are pessimistic, a lot of people who are saying it's the end of the world and that everything's going into meltdown, and while I say this very lightly, just hope and trust that the people in power have some sort of a handle on getting us out of this. You know, we've come out of it before. We've been through world wars, we've been through pandemics. Humankind's very resilient, and humankind are going to have to show, again, more resilience to get through this. And that resolve will carry us through. You know, the working man alone probably can't do much, whereas this is concerned. What we can do is just look at the way that we buy, the way that we borrow, the way that we make our money, the way that we save our money, tighten our belts where we need to, and certainly don't allow the uncertainty of this to become a depressing factor, because at the end of the day, as I said, it's kind of beyond our control, and we've been through it before. So just remember when we had to go through it before. See, here in England we don't have the positive outlook that some other countries do, and I'm going to give you an example before I call the end of this video. So obviously anyone that's been to America has seen some of the really beautiful high-rise buildings they've got in New York City, like the Rockefeller Center. That was built in the 1930s, just after the huge Wall Street crash of 1929, when currency was so devalued that like a wheelbarrow full of American dollars would just about buy you a cup of coffee. So we need moments of inspiration like that, where we, maybe to stimulate a bit of growth, we perhaps lower the cost of like labour and start building, because the only way to get out is probably to be a bit sort of proactive in that respect, and that's what we have to do. Guys, first video of 3. I want to say thank you all ever so much for having me here. As always, I really appreciate your time and energy spent here on my channel. Thank you kindly. First of 3, as I said, put down in the comment section below, what's your understanding of this recession? How do you feel about it? Are you concerned? Or are you just like myself, just accepting it? It's something that happens, there's nothing we can do. We've just got to just crack on and get on with it. Remember to hit that subscribe button down below, leave me a thumbs up and a like, and let's hear that bell sign go ding dong so you know my next content's out. Until then, I want to say thank you all ever so much for listening as always. Really appreciate your time, energy spent here on my channel. I'll be back in a couple of days with another video, but until then, thank you ever so much, take care of yourselves, and bye for now.